unexploded munitions. See the marker up there? Wow. Look at that. Oh, wow. Okay, here we are, Alkali Flat White Sands National Park. A great day today, sunny, clear skies. Hopefully no missiles flying over us. Yesterday there were quite a few people here. Today there's nobody. Interesting. I'll take it. Okay, here we are, Alkali Flat White Sands National Park. Very quiet, very white. My eyes are having a hard time adjusting at the moment. I'm going to do a counterclockwise just to the left, which I'm hoping this is the marker. There's a couple markers on the right, but I think those could be from the return. Not sure yet, or at least my return. So we'll go straight up here to this marker. Oh, maybe we do go that way. I'll go check it out. You can see markers. Hopefully they still have some when we get way out there. This fart is nuts. Look at this. We have to go up, I believe. I'm going to go ahead and go up right here. The sand's, believe it or not, nice and firm. Oh, there we go. I see the marker up there. Wow. Look at that. Oh, wow. Looking east, coming around, looking north. This place is fascinating. Looking west. And we need to go right up there to the hill there, to the top. It's slippery. It's firm, but now it's slippery as you work your way up because it's such a steep incline. Luckily, there's no snow. Come on. Okay. Oh, wow. Can't get enough of this. Use Google Earth, and we are zooming down into the state of New Mexico in the United States. As we come down to White Sands National Park, there's distinguished already white sand, the distinguishing feature. It's white in this area, and as you can see, this is Las Cruces on the left, the southwest. To the right is the city of Alamogordo. It's a small New Mexican town. There's an Air Force base right over here, and as we come closer, here's why I'm just going to do a quick narrative here because there weren't very good maps showing the trail, so we're going to kind of zoom down. The left is the San Andreas Uplift Mountains. To the right is Sacramento. The Sacramento to the right, and then it created this big basin, which was the ancient Lake Otero, I think it is. And you can see how the sand dunes are formed, how the Lake Otero, which is this on the left side here, is the what's left of it basically. So here's the park. It looks really neat. You can start seeing the graphic from the graphics, the sand dunes as they work their way across. Let me see if I can do something here. Okay, because I can't see the. Oops. There we go. Let me see here. Where's my main road? There it is. Okay, yeah. So here's the main road is 70 here, and then the main drive, Dune Drive, goes all across here. Here's the Dune Life Trail. Remember that there's between 3 and 5 you cannot stop. So I believe this is the closed one here. Let's see. Yes, I believe so. Yeah, that's the closed little boardwalk area. So once you hit the 3-mile mark, which is right around here, to the 5-mile mark is closed. You can't get off your car there. So I guess it assumes that maybe perhaps the missiles kind of come over in this direction right here. Interesting. Training missiles, that is. Okay, so here we go. Alkali Flat Trailhead is right here. There is a trail that marked here that they show from Google Earth here. You can kind of see it. This would be the northern side of it. I hope you can see it here. Hopefully it comes out. And then you do end up right about here. I'll keep my mouse there where this is the spot where you come out to, and then you're at the edge of the Alkaline Lake, which is this over here to the west. Okay. Cool. Let's see how it looks. You can see the ripples of the sand, alkaline. Gypsum. Gypsum sand, we'll call it. as it comes through here. It's really interesting features. You guys will love the hike if you decide to do this. Plenty of parking as well. It's fascinating between the dunes how they this land how it creates a swirl. And it's pretty hard how the sand builds up here. Packed, I meant. Different angle view. Gotta go up there. Okay, mile one. Looking, I think that's about west. Coming around south. Mile one. Undulating up and down these dunes. Super interesting. Feels actually like a good workout. Down and up, down and up. We'll call it interval workout. Looking east. You can see the basin in between the dunes here. Looking north. Look at this mound, huh? It's not that far off the trail, but it's got a nice big tree. My hope is we can see maybe some critters. I don't know. This tree and these roots look like it blocked the dune, the sand from moving, so it stays in this area a little bit longer. Fascinating, even the color right now because of the winter time. Shade side of the mound. I love how the wind shapes the sand. Okay, well, I guess I need better shoes. A little too steep there. I was sliding everywhere. Made a mess. Sorry, sand dune.
Minutes, 35 seconds per mile.
So we're at 2 mile mark. Looking, I think that's west. Yeah. And it looks like we're going out to the lookout, which is, might be the top of that hill there. We're near it. And then panning north, 2 miles now, 2 miles. So interesting. It's fascinating. I gotta figure out how. Of course, it's wind that brought it here, but I'd like to know the history here, the geology of the sand itself. So the lookout marker is right out there. but there's a nice tall hill here that gives you an amazing overlook. I see the marker to the other side on the distance there. That was north, now we're going east. Look at that, amazing. Okay, it looks like we reached our end point here. Stay on Alkali Flat Trail. Peligro, danger, unexploded munitions. This might be where the missiles land out in this area. There's some buildings way out there. Panning north. You can get slowly moving east. You can see the markers. It's like a V shape. And the mountains in the back. I forgot the name of those mountains. Hey, hello world, hello future self. Here we are. White Sands National Park, New Mexico. Interesting place. It feels like you're out of this world. Okay, looks like, let's see. It is open today. For some reason, when I did this research here, it gave me some of the days. Oh, I guess it's good information. Critical alerts and enclosures. This is important because, you know, the park's closing for military. It's scheduled to close for military testing on Wednesday, which is tomorrow, as of this video, from 7 to 8:30, and then Friday from 7 to 8:30. Highway 70 blocks on Wednesday and Friday as well. So it looks like there's missile testing coming up this week, as of the recording of this video. Yes, we are in the White Sands Missile Range area. There are warning signs all over. You'll see them also in the video. There is a corridor that you cannot get off on. Out of your car, I should say. All right, first let's go visitors essentials. It is $25 per vehicle. There are several trails there: Playa, Dune Life, Alkali, and then of course the Dune Drive. Now this Dune Drive trail is the one that's closed from the safety corridor. It's called from mile 3 from the gate out to mile 3 to 5.5 mile. You cannot stop or get out of your car for any reasons. Again, that's because of safety areas due to perhaps missiles straying off, parts falling off, things like that. So it is an active area. It's interesting though. Okay, so again, you got the White Sands Park. Oh, I think I hit it twice. Sorry about that. All right, we're going to do Alkali Flats today. It's a strenuous hike, they call it. I called it a nice undulating up and down, good exercise route. It is out of this world, approximately 5 miles, but I think it was a little less than 5. It did take us several hours to go. Let's see. Oh, it does tell you here it involves 60-foot dune climbs in soft sand. So yeah, there were some steep ones. I have those in the video as well. Interesting hike though. I love it. You guys will love it. Let's see how. Trail highlights. The Lake Ontario remnants, when you get down to the far edge of the, to the farthest point, a couple miles out, you'll run up to the Alkali Flats. That's why it's called Alkali Flats. It's the dry lake bed. You can't go any farther though because it is cordoned off by military signs basically saying that there could be unexploded ordnance out in that area, so don't want to go. Providing panoramic otherworldly views. Right here. Otherworldly views, yeah. It is something strange to see in this area. And I asked the research here. Why is it called Alkali Flats? Basically, because of the Lake Ontario, which was an ancient lake, of course, formed during the last ice age. It had an alkaline mineral to it. Basically, the source is, where does it say alkali? I want to say it properly because I can't read it. High salt content. As the water evaporates from the basin with no outlet, minerals and salt become highly concentrated. High pH, these salts are alkaline, so it has a lot of high pH level, alkaline, rather than acidic. And then the salts here are primarily selenite, which is gypsum. When the selenite crystals are on the alkali flats are broken down by weathering and wind, they turn into the fine white sand that forms the famous dune, the gypsum dunes. Why is it flat? Well, it's just a flat lake bed area. All right, here's a little blip about gypsum. How is it formed? This is interesting. So the 250 million years ago, that whole area, all the way up through towards the Rockies, was ancient seabed. Okay, so you have a lot of minerals on the seafloor. The seafloor then started to rise through mountain uplift way back 70 to 30 million years ago. The uplifting of the mountain, or the seafloor actually, created the San Andres, which is the west side, and the Sacramento Mountains on the right side. As the weathering and rain took place, so they got the mountains rising, and then it created a basin, basically called the bathtub effect. Now we're getting towards 24 to 12,000 years ago. During the climate was much wetter, rain and snow melt dissolved the gypsum. Remember, at the ground, it was a seafloor that rose up, and the mountains rose, and then as the rain comes down and the snow melt dissolved the gypsum, because it was a seafloor in the past. I called it calcium sulfate. Then it came down off the mountain ranges into the bathtub, from the surrounding mountains into the bathtub, and washed it into the basin. Because the basin had no drain, the water pooled at its lowest point, creating a massive lake, Lake Ontario, which is when you go to the farthest end of this trail, you're at basically the edges of the old ancient lake. And then after a while, since it accumulated, then the selenite crystals. As the water vanishes, the dissolved gypsum became highly concentrated and recrystallized into large, transparent selenite crystals on a dry lake bed, now which is called Alkali Flat. The crystals to sand. Freezing, thawing, and wind eventually broke these brittle crystals into smaller size. The dunes. Strong southwesterly winds picked up the grains, tumbling and polishing them into the brilliant white dunes we see today. Then they all settled down in our dunes area. All right, so the dunes area and the history of this dunes area here. There's White Sands Missile Range. I believe, didn't give me the date. Around 1945, at the northern end of the. Oh, I see. In 1945, there was a Trinity test, which was the first atomic explosion, was detonated in that area. The heat of the blast turned the surrounding sand into green radioactive glass called trinitite. Okay, and then it looks like another famous military area is the V-2 rockets. When during World War II, we took the rockets, brought them over here, and the scientists brought them over here and did some testing, and began our space program, basically, a missile and space program. Then the range was created, the White Sands Proving Grounds, later renamed White Sands Missile Range. So the park is frequently closed for 1 to 3 hours during missile tests to ensure visitors' safety. So there you go. And also in 1982, looks like the Space Shuttle Columbia had to divert from California into this New Mexico secondary landing site. Cool. It landed on the northern strip, now called White Sands Space Harbor. Cool. Modern day, Looks like there's some, you have a lot of testing going on. F-16s from Holloman Air Force Base, and there's also some laser directed energy. Okay, enjoy the hike. So the ripples here are a little bit different. On this side, a little less even. Interesting. Sometimes they're more linear in a nice line. Sometimes over here they look a little wobbly. Changes of weather, wind patterns. Mile 3. Mile 3. I could see the stakes all the way out. We're on the northern side of the route, the loop route. And we got our marker here, a little over 3. Oh, gotta go down this guy here, looks like. Yep. Cool. Some of these are steep. So we're just looking at the posts, the guideposts that take us back from the northern loop all the way back to here. I wonder what it looks like behind me. Okay, mile 4. Still in the sand. Still in the white sands. No missiles yet flying overhead. It's been a nice hike so far. Up and down, undulating, good workout. Except for my shin, left shin feels a little strained. I guess it's the way the sand, when you step, you kind of slide a tiny bit. All right, end of a nice workout, about a little over 4.5, 4.6, let's say. And back. It was a good workout, good, perfect day actually. The weather was just right. Trail was well marked. Nice. here in Alamogordo. Looks like there's cool pictures up top here. These are 3D. The Carrillo brothers. Wonder what those guys did. To look those up. And then you have the Kit Little of Capture Us.